Alright. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Let That Sink In. I'm your host, Dan, and as always, I got my two bros right here, James and Doug.
Two bros. Just brewing it up.
I was going to say how long I go silent for, but...
Too late. So, Doug, what are we going to be talking about today?
Today we're going to be talking about favorite TV shows. We're going to be talking about TV shows that have replay value. We're going to be talking about TV shows, our favorites of 2018, and just all-around, all-time favorites.
Now, when you say 2018, does that mean things that have run till 2018, or they started in 2018?
In 2018.
Only in 2018?
In 2018. Favorite TV shows of this year, since the year is...
I'm trying to think of shows I know that have started this year.
I do a lot of replays. So.
I'm
a fan of what I like. I know
Stranger Things came out in 2017?
The last one came out in 2017, season 2.
All right.
Season 3, they filmed in 2018, and they're going to release in 2019. Stranger Things. The last season I thought was pretty incredible.
Yeah. Even the first season was great. The
first season was groundbreaking, even though it took from a lot of inspiration from a lot of 80s movies and stuff like that, with the aesthetic and the whole vibe and everything.
Everything's a reboot.
Well, it was set in the 80s, so it makes sense.
But even the character, I feel like in the 80s those movies and shows didn't really have the characterization that Stranger Things did. Like really fleshed out characters that you deeply cared about.
Well, because now they're acting that way. Back then it was just the way it was. So it felt stale.
Yeah, it was more about the action back then than actually acting. But if I had the TV show that I loved this year, The Haunting of Hill House, have you guys saw that?
Negatory on that one.
Fuck.
Haunting of Hill House.
Yo.
Haunted Hill.
I was alone in my apartment watching this shit, and I had to.
Did you piss your pants?
I almost shit myself.
Did you shit your poop? Oh, you poop your pants?
Dude.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You sharted a little bit?
Almost.
Did you have to wipe at least?
I almost prairie dogged on my couch.
Almost prairie dogged.
Almost. That's when it comes in and out of
a little turtle head,
Yo, there's this. I watched 5 episodes and I seriously had to fucking stop because, first of all, it's not like one of those horror. It's a horror series. It is a horror series that is slow burn horror and more revealing rather than jump scares and shit. And actually, since it's a series, it takes its time. So it doesn't need to get to a plot a point right then and there. It kind of drags it out.
Well, enlighten us, Doug. What's it all about?
Oh, it is all about there's this family called I literally just watched it and I can't remember. Wow, I wish you guys...
It obviously wasn't that good.
I'm not a big fan of horror.
I watched it in 2 days.
See, I like horror, but everything is more jump scare than it is...
But not this. See, this is more of
This would probably be good for me then, because...
It is more slow burn, family, intense family drama with sprinkles of horror thrown in.
You know what I'm thinking about horror recently that I watched? That was a new show that I really, really tried to get into, but just couldn't because...
Wasn't feeling it?
Don't say Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
I actually am watching that now. Fantastic show. Love it. No, I'm talking about that show...
watching the original.
Yeah, I'm watching
the original's great. Clarissa explains it all.
Melissa Joan Hart.
There you go.
No, I'm watching that one with Timothy Olyphant and Drew Barrymore, where Drew Barrymore becomes a zombie. Yeah. I really tried to watch that. I gave it 7 episodes.
I watched the first season.
Yeah, and I was just
I like what they're doing with it, though.
I like the concept.
It's comedic horror.
But it's you can't murder people and then just get away with it like that. That just doesn't make sense.
Well, Dexter did.
Well, he was also he's methodical.
He's singing and murdering people.
Going to stab you. No.
Well, no, he looked at it from a police point of view and what to watch.
Yeah,
but even
he's a forensic guy. He knows
it didn't add up.
But that's the television.
But Dexter went downhill too.
Oh yeah, Dexter.
The only thing great that I took away from Dexter was surprise, motherfucker.
Dokes.
Did you watch the whole show?
No, honestly, I only watched what you really showed me, which was a decent amount of that season. I don't remember what did 5?
Season 2.
Season 2, the Bay Harbor
Butcher. Yeah.
And then it gets really, really good. And once spoilers. Did anyone?
I don't.
After Trinity Killer, I think it went.
That's the best series. John Lithgow played a very just as methodical.
The first 4 seasons were good because Ice Truck Killer was insane.
That was really good.
When you find out the twist. I mean, we won't do all spoilers, but
question.
What?
When you guys say these names as people he's murdered,
No, they're like the main antagonist of the season.
Yeah, like the Trinity Killer is John Lithgow from season 4 or 5.
Yeah.
No, 4.
Oh, so
Four.
okay.
Season 3 is Miguel Prado.
Season 3 is Miguel Prado. Season 2 is Bay Harbor Butcher, and season 1 is Ice Truck Killer. And then it was like Lumen Pierce was the 5th season.
That's when it went downhill, I think.
Yeah, they had some good episodes, but it wasn't great. And then
they just spun out of control.
Then they went into that religious guy. I forget what his deal was.
That was Colin Hanks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that season was not great. No. And then
the ending was terrible. The ending was probably one of the worst endings in TV.
Yeah, I heard that
history.
too.
He gave he gave his son away.
To a murderer who he said he didn't want to take care of because he was a murderer.
Also,
but then he let his son go.
It would have been more interesting if he just got caught and the repercussions of that.
Along with spoilers, though, I do have a very good rule we can follow about spoilers. If it's been at least a year since that movie or show ended or came out, we can spoil it because
I want to also say huge shout to Michael C. Hall because throughout the series of Dexter, he got cancer. And still filmed it with cancer.
And he survived.
And he survived.
Did you see he's in a new Netflix show, but he speaks British, and I can't watch it because he speaks fucking British.
Does he speak it good though?
I just see Dexter speaking British. That's all I see.
Is Michael C. Hall Dexter? Oh, he's the actual character Dexter. He actually got cancer?
Yeah, he had throat cancer.
I did not know that.
And he was dating Deb.
He was married
to Jennifer Carpenter, who plays his sister on the show. Mindfuck.
Yeah.
Sounds like the good old show of Game of Thrones.
I mean,
Game of Thrones,
if we're going to talk
another show, I can't.
I have to mention Rita. She's a babe.
What's her name?
In real life?
In real life. Fuck.
Jackie, no.
No, shit. If you say it, I'll know it. But when they... Alright, so first of all, I think the best season of Dexter is the Trinity Killer season.
I think that's the best one, too.
Just because of how it ended and how it came full circle with how they found Dexter's son on the bathroom floor in blood, like Dexter. And just the writing was on point. First of all, John Lithgow
Dexter dies?
No, Dexter doesn't die.
You said he's found in blood.
Well, Dexter... So when Dexter was a baby, he was...
His family was his mom was murdered.
Yeah, and then he was in the house.
That's what caused him to become a serial killer.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay.
And then Dexter. So spoilers for you? Are you gonna watch it?
I'm not gonna watch it. That's far gone.
All right, so even you should. It's amazing.
Fargo.
That's another.
At least watch the first 4 seasons.
Yeah. So his wife gets murdered by the Trinity Killer, and Dexter's son is found on the bathroom floor in blood with Rita in the bathtub.
The same way Dexter was found by his stepfather.
Circle of life. And then she was great.
Yeah.
But hold on.
The name's gonna come to me. Julie Benz.
Julie Benz.
That's what it was. And then pivot.
But you were saying something before. Pivot. Something about not watching Game of Thrones. Did I catch that?
Yeah, I can't get into it. I can't.
I'm sorry.
Tried.
I'm with Doug on this.
Ooh.
I didn't even know you watched Game of Thrones.
Are you kidding me?
You never talked about it.
Listen, everyone rants and raves about it. It's like, I tried watching it. The first 3 episodes, they introduced 500 people.
Yeah, and they...
How are you supposed to remember anyone when you're introducing that many people?
They're introducing
If it was a movie, I can understand because they're not going to pertain to the actual story. But I feel like every single character that they're introducing, you have to remember, and you have to figure out what the family bloodline is and who belongs to what family and how they're connected to this person.
They definitely dropped too much.
It's too much.
In the first episode, the first 10 minutes, they're already throwing characters, places at you, and you're like, who are these people? Where the fuck do they come from? And I respect that it's a well-written series. Cinematography is great. The acting, I'm sure, is great.
Except when, what's his name?
Ed Sheeran?
Surprise cameo.
That might have been a bad move.
It was just weird. It was like, why are you here?
Of course.
Yeah, he was singing.
They should have did the Sons of Anarchy thing and just used the song in the soundtrack.
No, but the thing is with Game of Thrones, I actually sat there because I always wanted to watch Game of Thrones because I heard a lot about it and I want to give it a good shot. So when I started to watch it,
good shit.
What?
Keep going.
Okay, so when I first started to watch it, there is a lot thrown at you, and I'm going to give it to you. But it's like any great show; you have to kind of fall into it. There's some, even when we always tell you to watch the Office, God damn it. Like when the first
The Office
episode
does not have nearly as many characters.
Well, yeah, there's only an office full of people. I understand that.
Also, very different than Game of Thrones.
I'm just saying you have to kind of find the characters, learn their the way they do things, their character, obviously they're playing a character.
Character development.
Thank you, because I'm obviously speaking stupid.
I was waiting for the characters and then the characters.
I was waiting for someone to chime in and help me out.
What show? So you said like you have to like lean into it and
you gotta give it a shot. My mom also said when she was trying to watch it, because I rave about the show. I love the show. It's a great show. I think it's got a lot of development. It's got a lot of characters. It's got a lot of depth to it.
There's great drama from what I understand.
The one thing my mom hated the most, which I can agree with. What?
Keep going.
No, go ahead. I'm gonna say.
No,
go ahead.
Question.
No, go ahead.
Okay. One of the reasons I can't watch it is because I can't understand what they're saying.
That's my mom's thing.
They talk like, the Prince of Nottingham over in the territories with the White Walkers. Like, what? I hate it. I can't stand that.
I didn't even get that
style of speech. I can't stand it.
The Lord.
I'll watch a British show any day.
Winter's
Whatever
coming.
the fuck they're doing, like the old medieval speech, it's just not pleasing to my ear.
You do get used to it. You do get used to it. But the thing is, that show has so many twists and turns, and people like.
No one here is saying it's a bad show.
No, I'm not saying it's
shit. Can't get into it.
Not for me.
That's all it is.
I'd give it a go, boys. I'd give it a good go.
I watched the whole first season. I couldn't get into it. And unfortunately, one of the other reasons why I don't know if this is like you, I don't want to watch it because I already know what happens. People spoil that shit all the time. I know about the Red Wedding. I know about Joffrey.
The good thing about that is when I started to watch that,
I want to be surprised.
I cared so little about shit on the internet. I didn't care about the show at all until like I got HBO Go.
And then you're like, shut the fuck up.
And the thing is, I literally watched. I don't know what season are we on? Do we know? Anyone?
Season 8 or 9.
Right. So
they split up the last season.
So the last season was the only thing I actually had to watch on TV. So I watched like 1 through 7 or 8, whichever it was, and then I had to watch on TV every Monday, whatever the fuck day it was, Sunday. I literally have to.
I don't even know what day it's on.
Dude, it ended like a year ago. We're still waiting over here.
The only reason why I know that because it's on the same time as The Walking Dead. Sunday's at 9.
Yeah, so I literally just I don't know how I did it, but like in 2 months, I did nothing but watch that show. So I literally powered through like 7 seasons, and it's long. It's long.
Yeah,
it's like there was 45.
10-hour episodes. 10 hour episodes. 10 episodes. 10-hour-long episodes.
Something like that.
And it's like a full hour. There's no commercials and shit. It's like 47 minutes and 24 seconds. It's an hour.
Yeah.
So what was the show that, like, off first impression, like off rip, watching it for the first time, first episode, you're like, I fucking love this show. I need to watch more. Not where a show where you like a couple episodes in, you start to warm up to it.
Black Mirror.
Yo,
Black Mirror is good.
That's another one that takes a toll on your body.
Yeah.
Like you can't.
The first episode had me hooked. You don't have to watch it in chronological order either.
No, that's a great. It's like Twilight Zone-esque, where they're all different.
It's like a new age Twilight Zone. Yeah, because it's focused.
I watched a few episodes. Was it you the one that showed me the San Junipero?
I will argue.
Someone showed me that episode first.
I think if you're gonna say that's the best episode, I would rewatch Hang the DJ because I liked San Junipero the best. And then I rewatched Hang the DJ, and I was like, I kind of like this one a little bit more.
It's subjective.
Yeah,
they're all well written episodes. Some of them are actually a little boring, and like some of them are kind of just like whatever. But man, San Junipero is one of the best written television episodes I think of all time.
It blew my mind. Didn't you make me watch that, right?
Yeah.
First of all, futuristically, if that actually happened, that's just an amazing idea to have to like live in the afterlife in like a computer, and then like the emotional shit that goes on in that episode, you really feel for it.
And you don't know. It's another show where every single episode there's a twist, and you can literally never predict what it's going to be.
Never. No. One of the ones that really fucked me up.
Black Museum.
Yes,
is a great
with the great Letitia Wright.
Yeah. Is that the one where like the dad's in prison in like a hologram?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That one's good.
And it shows you that Black Mirror takes place in one universe because in the museum it has like the iPad that chick smashed her mom over the face with, and a whole bunch of other shit.
I don't care for 15 Million Merits, but it kind of plays an important role.
Is that the B one?
I think the ones where he's on the bike and he wants to become a famous guy and he gives his points to the girl to become a singer.
The girl becomes a singer, but then she ends up doing porn.
Oh yeah, okay, got it. And that's with Daniel Kaluuya. When they did that like weird game show, she do the treadmills.
Yep.
That was a good episode.
Well, wasn't the same guy that was in Black Panther?
Black Panther and Get Out.
Yeah. I didn't see Get Out. I have to see that.
Oh man, really fucking.
Yeah, I heard.
But we're doing TV.
Today we're doing TV.
So we're gonna drop it back down. So my show that I think I watched the first episode and loved immediately, aside from Dragon Ball Z, because I believe I talk about that way too much.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that on the table today.
Jerk off to the hentai later.
Family Guy. I think me and you got the first DVDs, and we literally
old school Family Guy.
Yeah, like I'm talking season 1. Like when that first dropped, I
did love Family Guy growing up. It was hilarious.
That was like the shows.
Pitorio was like my go-to episode.
Pitorio? Is it the one where he created?
Hey Peter, go Peter, yeah Peter.
Let's see, we just wrapped
where he separates himself.
Oh yeah. I was thinking doing the PTV where he's like, you like that side boob? You shouldn't, because that's my side boob.
See, that's another show I couldn't
get into.
I respect the fuck out of Seth MacFarlane for making like a gigantic.
You don't like Family Guy, right?
I'm not a big fan of Family Guy.
Would you do American Dad?
It's the same thing. I watched it with you.
That was that
American Dad is all the characters that weren't funny enough for Family Guy.
And then the B Family Guy.
Yeah, and then they did Cleveland.
Yeah, like
I don't watch Family Guy anymore. Like the old episodes I can watch. I think the old episodes are really where it was funny.
I think what Hollywood needs to learn is that just because one thing is successful, you don't need 5 other spin-offs that maybe people kind of really don't give a fuck.
I do like Rick and Morty a lot, though.
I think it's a very well-written show. I just can't get into it. That's another one
I really tried. I gave it 3 episodes. It's like one of those shows where like I can create a drinking game. The guy every time he says Morty, you take a shot, you'll be drunk before the first commercial break.
Easily.
Hey Morty, come on, Morty. I heard great things about that show. I really gave it the old
Futurama.
college try. I like Futurama.
I think I'm a big fan of cartoons, really. As I'm coming to find out about myself through this conversation.
You don't like Andy cartoons.
Those are not cartoons. Those are TV show, classic movie monsters, real movie. You got Iron Man up there, Skeletor. I'll give you those. And Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is another amazing cartoon show.
I mean, Bigfoot's not really a show.
That's more of a great cartoon.
If we're going Nicktoons, we can rattle off a whole bunch of Nicktoons.
So you like cartoons, you're just not a fan of like adult humor cartoons.
Ren and Stimpy, Our Real Monsters, Rugrats.
You know, a lot of the old Nicktoons are kind of like they have a subliminal.
They have adult humor in them a little bit. Like
were you a Simpsons
fan?
Sense.
You know what? I never got really around to watching the
South
Simpsons.
Park.
Oh, I love South Park.
There we go.
Really
you got one.
Cartoon though.
It's animated.
It's animated, but it's not like. When I think cartoon, I don't think South Park.
I would call it a cartoon. What would be?
I would call it a cartoon.
I would call it a cartoon.
Cartoons are animated, all of them. A different kind of cartoon.
Well, at first it was like that cardboard cutout crap, but then eventually it went digital.
I never. Really
I think
I know it was like cardboard. Like
I think they fully went digital now because cutting that out 1,000 times. I think.
Yeah, there's this great documentary. It's called 6 Days to Air because it's about the South Park dudes, Matt Stone and Trey Parker. About how so each week they create a new episode and it's always crunch time. Like they produce like crazy and it just goes into how they produce them, what goes into an episode. They go into the writer's room and it's fucking fascinating because they pump out like they don't have ideas until like the 5th day and they're like fuck, we need to think of something, and then they think of something and the turnaround time is just insane. And those dudes like work. Those dudes fucking work. As much as and they're always on everything. The good thing about South Park is that it's always relevant. Relevant elephant.
The irrelevant elephant.
I'm rapping. It's always relevant because it's made every week. So they're like really on top of like pop culture and whatever goes on.
I think you have to say relevant now from now on.
Relevant's the
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Obviously, it's like a critically acclaimed show, but
you just never.
It was like I guess the same way that I never got into it.
Yeah.
But now, what's the show that you can always watch over and over and over again and not really get tired of it?
It always goes back to comedy.
Well, I know your answer, but the folks at home might not.
For me, it's The Office. I can do Breaking Bad too, though.
If we're going serious shows, definitely Breaking Bad is a perfect
I can watch Breaking Bad, but it's not one of those shows if I'm just trying to chill home and just relax.
I can't watch every season of Breaking Bad, but
like
I
the
can
highlight
watch
episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That show's amazing.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think mine...
Parks and Rec, Friends, I can do.
I really like How I Met Your Mother.
I could watch How I Met Your Mother.
I like How I Met Your Mother.
Like something to go to sleep to.
You never
like
seen
something
it?
You could,
Give that a go, man. That's a good show.
It's pretty funny. Again, it goes downhill after like season 7, but they ended on season 8. It's really funny.
I wouldn't even say it went downhill. They ended it. You know.
Some of it, I feel like, as the seasons later went on, like seasons 6, 7, and 8, it kind of got ridiculous. Like a little like
Look out a little crazy.
ridiculous in the sense as like some of it's too far fetched to believe.
Barney,
like wasn't grounded. Like some of the shit like with Barney and Robin, and like they had like I forgot what was in the episode, but some of it was just too far fetched and out there. The proposal. Yeah, I think I'm trying to watch it so long ago.
Has anyone here watched the most recent reboot of Hannibal? It ended a few years ago. It was like 3 or 4 seasons.
I watched the first 4 episodes and I
like
couldn't get into it.
Hannibal Lecter?
Yeah, Hannibal with what the fuck's his name? Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, and Lawrence
Fishburne?
Fishburne is in it. Yeah.
I did not see that.
It's good.
And a lot of people rave about that and the show Bates Motel.
I haven't seen that. I'm not really a big fan of horror, but for some reason I can do like certain shows like Hannibal. I was just like interested in.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone out there has got like
The Walking Dead, so if we're gonna go, you keep telling me to watch The Office, and I keep telling you to watch The Walking Dead.
I've seen The Walking Dead though. I watched all the way up until season 5. It was for me.
And you're missing out.
It's not necessarily the acting. I know the acting is good, but for me, here's my 2 biggest problems with it. One, I feel like there's a lot of episodes where it's drawn out, very long. There's a lot of conversation. There's not a lot of like action, which is when you think zombie. At least when I think zombies, I want to see like continuous zombies. And the second thing, even if it is legitimate towards the plot, they're no longer battling zombies. The show does not revolve around zombies. The show revolves around them fending off with other alive people now.
Yeah.
And that's like a big gripe for me because I feel like in a world of zombies, you're always going to have that undertone. And I know that they show the zombies still, and I know it's still like a pivotal part of the show, but to me, it's more drawn out of them against other people and living and fending other people off of their land that they're taking over, that it's kind of losing its appeal as like, hey, down to the core, this is a zombie show. I feel like the zombies only show up when someone that's in the main cast has to die, that they don't want to have killed necessarily. Like, I know that there is people, Glenn and what's the Abraham killed by Negan and stuff like that, but I don't know. For me, any zombie movie that I think
that's actually a very well thought out logical argument.
No, that's
I'm actually quite impressed by that argument. Holy shit!
And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of other people, that's the same argument that they have. But The Walking Dead, when Robert Kirkman created the comic, it was never zombies were never at the forefront. It was always a drama and how characters and people would react within a zombie apocalypse as the backdrop. So like the characters talking. This really engaging conversations, how they would survive, how would they survive? You know, some other people are more ruthless than others.
I did read the comics, and it did focus more on like the combatants with each other.
Like I said, I understand that, and I'm not saying it's like not a good show.
Like it has action mixed in with it. Again, you're completely right. It's not all action.
But with a name, I just also feel like with a name like The Walking Dead, that sparks the thought like, oh, this is going to be a zombie show.
But The Walking Dead can mean the people as well, like The Walking Dead. Like, it's the survivors who are basically, you know, they're fighting death. And they are gonna be dead, and they will become the dead. Yeah. And it also means the zombies.
Yeah, like I said, I have no issue with the show. For me, I just kind of lost interest. I'll probably pick it up when it's over and I can just watch it all the way through.
When it's over in like 2040?
Yeah.
Because they have like so many plans for that, even though the ratings are kind of bombing, even though it's having his best season of years.
Is he off officially?
Ooh. He's off.
Did he die?
No.
Okay.
They can't kill... The Walking Dead is Rick Grimes. No matter how much they want to spin it, they definitely made. He says that everyone says that it was his last episode, but they basically made it so they're going to make 3 spin-off AMC movies and have him star in it because he got basically taken away. I don't want to spoil it for you in case you do watch it, but he is alive. He is taken away, but everyone else thinks he's dead, like on the show, like close.
Is it true he left in a helicopter?
Yeah.
In the show, not in like the extras, like in the background.
No, like it cut to commercial, and then it showed like him being taken away in a helicopter amongst other stuff.
I can't imagine that they have that much planned out for the future because, like, what more can you really do? At some point, you have to run out of alive people.
You'd think that. I mean,
well, the comic books, Rick is still there. He's still alive, so it's like a weird.
It's completely different than the comic, which is wild.
Well, I do want to ask the listeners at home if you want to leave a comment.
Respond right now.
They're going to respond right now.
Call in at 1-800-SUCK MY ANUS. Dan has a tiny. That's a lot of numbers.
I like penis better. Tiny penis.
Tiny chode.
1-888 small peen. No, but I want you guys to leave a comment in the comment section and tell us a good show to start watching. The ones we didn't talk about, and we want to know what's up.
Or your favorite shows.
Yeah, tell us your favorite shows.
Another show.
And yell at us for shitting on shows you probably love.
Yes. And yell at me for loving The Walking Dead. Because I'm sure a lot
and
of people...
hating The Office.
Yes.
You're probably getting more hate.
Don't understand.
You're probably getting more hate mail from The Office than you are liked of The Walking Dead show.
The Office has such a huge... I mean, The Walking Dead does too. That's not really...
Can a show be too dry? Like, I like dry humor, but like,
okay,
I feel like
it's not
just
as dry as you think it is. Like, it's definitely...
Season 1's dry. That's like a nice Cabernet Sauvignon. But seasons 2 through 8...
Once you know the characters, it's not really dry because the reason why you probably find it dry is because The Office is... Honestly, most of the material is made up of information you get throughout the series. So it's all like inside jokes intertwined.
It's relative.
That if you know the characters and you know why they're making that joke, it's not as dry as probably what you think just throwing on an episode and trying to get into it.
I tried watching the first season. I know you said get past the first season.
Yeah, you just gotta start with season 2.
So start with season 2.
Start with season 2.
And then I guess I can't watch because the random episodes I watched, I just couldn't get into. I didn't find it funny. I didn't think the characters were like charming or like funny or anything with them. I just
There's
feel like
Ryan.
it's just flat.
He's very charming.
Is he?
He is.
I'm telling you, give it a legitimate shot.
You don't like his face?
I don't like his face without the beard. I'll take him in quiet. He looks weird without a beard.
All right, so now we have favorite shows of all time. Is next on the topic list.
Who wants to start that?
Well, you know me out there, world. Dragon Ball Z, or the whole franchise, Dragon Ball as a whole. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Same as always.
All right.
Next.
I need a minute.
All right,
everyone he needs a minute.
Sons of Anarchy is a show I can watch.
Any show I can drop a tear to is a good show.
Dude, Kurt Sutter is an incredible writer and just really gets into the characters' heads as to why they're doing what they're doing. And again, really intense family drama. If you've never seen Sons of Anarchy,
Opie.
I've seen a couple episodes.
My guy.
Ryan Hurst is going to be on The Walking Dead this season.
Really?
He plays a really... I want to see him because he plays...
Beard's back?
Oh yeah, he's got the beard. He's gonna play a really savage character, and I really want to see how it turns out.
Like the ghosts or whatever you call them.
The Whisperers.
The Whisperers.
Because on Sons of Anarchy, he plays such like a kind soul, and then he's gonna beat the fuck out of Daryl in this one.
Oh yeah, he's gonna whoop some Daryl. I mean, he gets a little messy in Sons.
But yeah, I mean, he has to because
he's a gnarly dude.
Yeah, he definitely fucks people up, but like he's gonna be like scary. Like in The Walking Dead, at least he's gonna cut off walkers' faces and wear it like fucking Ed Gein and Leatherface. So he's scary. I mean, he was scary in Sons, but he was like
as long as he grows that beard back, I don't care what he does.
He's got the beard. Anyway, do you think? What you get?
I mean, most of the shows that we've been kind of discussing, like I said, I'm a big repeat guy because I know what I like.
Like this is Desert Island like show.
I mean, I don't want to say all the same shows though that I've already said because for me it would be like The Office, Parks and Rec, Dexter.
Yeah, two more.
Breaking Bad. I do like Better Call Saul. I don't know how that's gonna end.
That's pretty cool. I like
Friends.
I do like. I like Friends.
A little bit of Friends.
Friends is a great show.
Yeah, remember Ross did that stuff to.
It was only a kiss. They were on a break.
It was on a break.
They were on a break.
Little Trizquivia? Trizquivia! That might be a new segment on our show.
Trizquivia. It kind of sounds like one of those medications that have suicidal thoughts.
On HQ in
was it? No, that was for The Office.
Yeah. In Party City.
Yeah.
And like I made him stop because
we had a very lucky night.
I don't know what that is.
We did. It's like it's a trivia app where you could win money.
Oh, no.
Like real dollars, not like Bitcoin or something.
But we were playing, and it was an office. It was an office quiz, and I got every single question right. And then on the last one, I jumped too quickly. I knew the right answer, and as soon as I tapped it, I thought I could switch. I had enough time. They don't let you switch the answer.
How much could you have won?
13 cents.
13 cents.
It was because so many people answered the questions.
It was $5,000, but it was going to get split up between like the 26,000 people who won.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
You gotta get like a really like niche show.
Sometimes they do like 50,000 like giveaway, and they make the questions insanely hard. So then it comes down to like 10 winners, and everyone wins like
couple thousand.
50,000
between 10 people, Doc?
5,000 per person.
I don't know math, but that sounds like a scam. I hope
1 + 2 is L.
How much? What's the most money you ever got out of that? Like 13 cents. You gotta play more than The Office.
I've tried it before, but like some of it, it's like random like facts and trivia.
Off topic though,
I'm gonna just look up and see what the most someone's ever won off of it.
Yeah, the cool thing, my coworker actually brought to my attention that there might be a reoccurring office trivia bar night at a place. So I'm interested in that.
If you're looking to win some dough, dress as Dwight Schrute and go there.
No, I'm gonna dress as Meredith Palmer in that nice dress.
I think you would look nice in a nice dress.
I look great in a dress.
I don't know, that gut doesn't say so.
Or a good blouse.
The largest payout from it was 50,000.
One person.
It was $250,000 was the grand prize.
And
then it went out between 11 winners.
The question must have been for a show that had like 1.5 seasons that got canceled, or like ABC.
No, it's not even necessarily just about shows. Sometimes it's just
about MASH.
Yeah, it's just
everyone who know the answers to that don't have an iPhone.
Oh yeah, they have bifocals and they live in a nursing home.
What? What'd you say?
MASH. I'm about to mash my flaccid penis in his old grandma's.
You know what MASH stands for?
Huh?
Anyone here know what MASH stands for?
Nope.
Mother.
Assholes.
That's all I got.
That's mother assholes.
Mom butts.
Military Ambulance Mobile Hospital.
Yeah, that's MASH.
Was it MASH?
You said
Mobile Ambulance Medical.
You're still
doing it wrong. MAM. That's MAM.
MASH. That's how you spell MASH.
It looks like you don't know what it actually stands for either.
Man,
service
you just switched it. The first time you said medical ambulance mobile, and then that time you said mobile ambulance medical.
Which is ma'am.
Ma'am.
Stop acting like you know shit.
No, it's fucking. Hold on. It's Mobile Ambulance Service Hospital. Someone look that up. Someone look it up. Someone look that up.
Does anyone here like Arrested Development?
I started watching that show actually. That's the one with Bananas and Michael Cera, right?
Yeah, in the banana stand.
Oh. Banana stand.
There's always money in the banana stand.
That's what it is.
You burned it down?
Patrice O'Neal did run the banana stand in one show.
Did.
One episode.
Rest in peace, Patrice.
Which yesterday...
Mobile Army Surgical Hospital. So you had one... No, you had two. You had Army and hospital, right? Because you said medical... No, you said ambulance.
You want me to tell you the acronym for... What DUD stands for? Dan is a dumb motherfucker.
I was close. It's not my shiny moment, but hey, I was close.
Word right. Hey. Hospital. And it took me forever to figure that out.
Take the L. Take the L.
So, alright, so I got a topic for us while we're going through TV shows. How about trash TV?
Like reality, like guilty pleasure, or like
anything. I mean, for me, I have a couple shows that I watch that are more reality. King of the Road, which is like a skate themed one. So it's really not like it's the most reality that you'll probably ever get out of anything. But I am a huge Survivor fan.
I do know that you're a Survivor fan. I watched a couple episodes.
It's got to be on like the 30th season.
It's on 37.
Oh fuck!
Jesus.
They do 2 a year.
I was trying to exaggerate
to be
funny,
fair,
but that's like real.
That's a long time. It's like
they started in
12 years. Yeah, wow.
How many people are gonna stick on an island?
Well, they go to different islands.
Jesus.
Dude, when you could win $1 million.
I'm a fat ass though.
39 days.
If they say
$1 million.
if I have to wake up and like hunt for food, I'm just gonna put my own torch out. I'll be
You
up for
don't
that.
really have to hunt for food. I mean, you can go fishing, but they supply
like
you
fish,
with
though.
food. You just don't eat a lot.
I'm gonna
and
make
then
it
you
like
win a reward.
heavyweights.
You could eat good.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm good on that shit.
If I was at an island, I would make it like heavyweights and just like stuff deli meats in my fucking pants pocket and just eat that.
I think, to be honest, just from watching the show enough,
You applied, right?
yeah, I think me and you on that show would lose a lot of weight. I don't think you would lose all that much because you don't really have that much.
He's not worried about that. He's worried about
I'm
death.
probably more, yeah. I'm gonna be on hunger strike. I can't catch fish. I'm gonna eat sand.
Yeah, but someone
Oh,
on the
sand
island will
diet.
know how to do.
That's if
and
they
you
want
get
it.
rice. They provide you with rice or beans. You just don't get a lot of it. And then every 3 days they do a reward challenge where you could win food.
Yo, I would hassle that camera crew so bad.
Yo, give me a cupcake,
I'm
bro.
like, yo,
I'm
fly some
Give me that
fucking-
cupcake.
I'm
Rice
sure
and
that
fucking-
people do that.
Oh yeah, of course they do.
Yeah, because they have to do like a lot of exerting their
They're
bodies.
not
Like,
gonna like kill people on live TV.
yeah, they exert their
The
bodies.
guy
like,
fell
so-
into the fire in like the second season, got medically evac through helicopter.
Damn. But yeah,
That dude needs some like.
those
competition,
guys really like exert themselves.
He's
So they
actually
would have to
in
get a
jail
lot
now
of
because he
food.
got caught running a kiddie pornography.
Like, oh, that's
Kitty?
great.
Kid?
Oh, kid.
No, not like cat porn.
I thought he said like kitty, like Kitty. I
Child porn.
was like, that's not. That's not a
Either
thing.
way, both
You think you're
still wrong and disgusting.
Yeah, absolutely.
and
Don't
unforgivable.
don't fuck
Yeah.
little kids, people.
If you see someone,
So
doing
he was
a
better
kitty
off
porn,
falling in that
kill him.
fire.
Yeah, definitely. He deserves to be burned.
Fuck you,
Get
Michael.
burned by that third degree, looking like Freddy Krueger. But American Pickers probably for me. Guilty
that's a good
Pleasure.
show.
I love that show.
Shark Tank?
Shark Tank. I was watching.
I can do me some Shark Tank. I won't seek it out, but if it's on, I might flip by it.
It's just so sad when people get shut down.
I also am a huge fan of like Cops and live.
Yo,
I can do Cops.
yo,
Like I can
Forensic
watch,
Files.
I can watch that forever.
I will watch meth heads hop over fences every day.
It's
This
always
show is great. It was on Discovery.
It's so
and it's
great.
not on it. I don't think it's on it.
what, Forensic Files.
Forensic Files is really good.
What was it?
Give me murder
On the
television
border,
all
over
day.
the border, something. Oh, Border Patrol.
Border Patrol. No, but Cops is great because there's
Yeah, it's
always
just
that
like
one
Cops.
white dude in a wife beater, like, get off my property, and he's like, no, and then like
Yes.
he's got meth on him.
That
No,
show
I-
does not discriminate.
I love the one where the
There's
guy.
always white trash and then.
Have you ever seen the one with the Indian guy where
Yeah.
he's like sitting in his car and he's got like crystal meth on his lap, and the cop like walks up to the window and he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, like I'm here to pick up my friend." And the cop is like, "What's that on your lap?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know. That I haven't seen that before." It's like,
I love when
dude,
they act so stupid and oblivious.
No, I heard
That's right there.
I'm gonna find the clip for us later.
some girl was some girl got like arrested for, in her words, I got angry so I threw up on her car.
Yes, that was outside of the strip, right?
Yeah.
Miami or
It's like,
something.
I got the acid reflex and I threw up on her car. It's like, why would you throw up on somebody's car?
Yo,
Like,
those cops probably see some crazy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been pulled
I
over
also
before, but
like
I've never.
America's Got Talent, but only like when they get down to like the good people.
That's kind of like American Idol for me. I would usually just watch the auditions
I love
and
the
not
voice.
give a shit.
Like, I
who
can watch
won.
voice auditions on YouTube every day. There's some
Best
really
one.
talented people out there.
Have you ever seen the one
More talented people on the radio.
Jenny Luna?
What's she saying?
Who's Loving You by Jackson 5?
Maybe.
Ooh,
I should
It was like a Dutch version of the
Oh,
show.
okay. Yeah, they have like.
I
the
think
voice
it's
Dutch and the
I think
voice
it's
Holland.
hands down the great. It's an audition too. I think it's hands down
I would
the
love to
greatest
watch that.
voice audition.
Dude, some of those
Alright, we're
auditions
gonna
make
watch
me
both those
fucking
videos
cry.
right now.
Yeah, I always watch those things that make me cry, like some poor
There's this
kid. Just
audition.
like, I'm on the streets and I have an amazing voice, and they're saying, I'm like,
Oh, yeah, that's like
you,
more like
you
American
get the
Idol.
money, motherfucker, you get the money.
Yeah.
There's
Alright,
this
guys.
I hate
one.
that shit though. Like,
Ah.
I'm not a big fan of like the whole.
Tear jerkins videos.
Yeah, like I don't really care for that. If you have talent, you have talent. Let me see that.
It's mostly
Don't
clickbait.
try and win the show.
Yeah.
Just because
I don't think
I get that.
I don't think they go into it with like bringing like, I'm going to make these motherfuckers cry.
No, and I'm sure the producers are like, all right, tell us the most
heart-wrenching
story.
Yeah, they probably beat it up for TV.
But
honestly.
like, I don't care about all that. All I want to see is, do you have talent or do you not? Like, if you're terrible, let me hear what the judges have to say about that.
Oh, we're not going to see the terrible ones. They're probably like, fucking next, delete, put that shit in the trash can.
Some of the bad ones they do, if it's funny enough.
If it's funny, like, what's the first dude? Like the first original American Idol?
William Hung.
William Hung. She bang!
Oh, so you're a William Hung fan.
He got like super famous from that.
Yeah, he's probably chilling comfortably.
Why does everyone keep asking me that?
All right, I
you big William Hung fan?
We have any everlasting, lingering thoughts to wrap this up with?
No, I think, as Dan said before, comment, like, subscribe. Let us know what you guys like, don't like, your thoughts on our opinions. Be really all I'm interested in.
Yeah, so absorb everything we said today, let it sink in, and we'll see you guys on the next exciting episode. Take care.